The gods and the goddesses. Oh my. How many of them did fall? Largely on their own sword. But what does that mean, falls on their own sword? Well, this plays into the self-mastery and the allegory story of King Arth of Ur and the Excalibur story. It is not a physical stone or sword. The swords you acquire in Dreamtime missions are not physical either, but you can defend yourselves with them and protect yourself in those realms. So for those who have attained the inner non-physical sword within, unless you exhibit ultimate personal responsibility on that level, you will fall on your own sword. Now, the sword is attained by merging the two warring hemispheres of your brain, merging it with the third eye, and when ready, the blade forms to the heart. Now, two things make this development stall or stop. One, the blocking of the throat chakra, and two, the heart is made of stone, just like the Excalibur legend. The sword becomes wedged because the heart is made of stone. The heart is where your real development comes from. It has more neurons than the brain. It is where wisdom and intellect comes from. Intelligence is a brain-mind development and can be taught to anyone. Intellect comes from the heart and is much higher in vibration, stimulus, frequency, thinking, and positive actions. Those with their swords wedged in the heart can no longer defend with their sword. The sword is a double-edged blade, and if it can't defend, it can only cut you. If you cut yourself too much, and it happens at a faster pace now, you will quickly see that person falling and cutting themselves to ribbons internally. Those people will no longer make sense, as the death by 1,000 cuts is unfolding from within and eventually externally. Now, the death of 1,000 cuts originated in China called Ling Chi and was a torture tactic until it was banned in 1905. A slow death by the torture of many small wounds, non-lethal in itself, but fatal in their cumulative effect. And it's like termite damage. It eats from within, and only when it becomes severe do you see the damage externally. This can only be fixed at an early stage, as each cut causes more internal bleeding on a different plane of existence. If not dealt with early by the person themselves, ultimately they will die the death of 1,000 cuts and ultimately fall on their own sword.